That right there is not a video. That's a 3D world I generated from a single image. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do this, step by step. How to generate a 3D world from a single image. How to get a much higher accuracy using a panorama. How to share it directly with the clients. And I'll be also doing that with the exteriors. So let's get into it. So VizMaker already does a lot: AI rendering, image editing, and upscaling. But the 3D Worlds creator is something different. What it does is take a flat image, a render, a photograph, whatever you have, and turns it into a 3D environment. Something you can actually move through. And importantly, it works for the interiors and the exteriors, so we'll cover both today. Let's start with the simplest approach. I've got 3 interiors here. All 3D models I've used before with VizMaker and all in different character. So we are going to see how VizMaker handles each one. Now let's do the proper visuals. We are going to the image editor. I'm choosing Nano 2. Let's do 2K resolution. I'm choosing view to render and let's generate the visuals. Now we've got the results. Let's see them. Right, the first one, very good, very convincing. The second one, it's all good with that one too. And the third one, I think I like that one the most. Now let's generate our 3D environments. So I'm going with the 3D World Creator, and importantly, I will leave the panorama option unchecked because we are just going with the standard flat images. What VizMaker will do is to try to figure out what lives beyond the edges of the frame. So basically it's making the educated guess about our space beyond the camera view. And the rendering takes about 4 to 5 minutes, so let's see the results. Okay, that's pretty impressive for a single image. You can see that it's filled in the areas behind the camera. It's not perfect, but for a quick client preview, that absolutely works. Oh, and by the way, you can use WASD or the arrow keys to move and the mouse to look around. Also, you can use Q and E to rise and lower your viewpoint. Second interior with the same process, and here you can see where it struggles a little. You can see the area in the background with stairs and kitchen. It's not perfect there, so this is where panorama approach really pays off. More about that in a moment. And the third one, personally, this is my favorite results out of these 3. The space reads really clearly in 3D, and the guesswork in the background is convincing. So across 3 interiors, single image method works well. But if you want a full accuracy across the whole space, this is where we need panorama. For this method, we need a 360-degree panoramic image of your space. Now, if you have your 3D model in the 3ds Max, you can generate the panoramic view directly there. So you can simply switch your camera in the modifier settings. If you are working in the SketchUp, you can do this through V-Ray or Enscape. Both have the panorama render option. I've already have 2 panoramas here, so let's load them. And the key difference here is that checkbox. You have to tell VizMaker that this is a panoramic view. Otherwise, it will treat it like a flat image, so the result wouldn't be right. Oh, that's nice. Here is the difference. Because the VizMaker has now 360-degree information, there is no guessing. The entire space is mapped. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm happy with it. Second panorama with the same process. Again, the coverage is complete. This is the method I would be recommending for any serious project presentation. Look at the corners. Look behind where the camera was. It's all there. That's a proper client walkthrough. This is the one. So there are 2 ways to do this. The first is from a single image. Quick, easy, good results. The second is from the panoramic image. More accurate and better coverage of the full space. If you are finding this useful, hit like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. Everything we've done so far was for the interiors, but the 3D world generator works as well for the exteriors. And this is where I think it's particularly useful, because the exterior visuals are often harder to feel in 2D. So let's upload our images. As you can see, one of them is the panoramic view, is the photograph of the exterior. The other one is our 3D model. So let's go to the image editor, let's choose Nano Pro, and let's upgrade our 3D model into the proper visual. I'll be specifying in the prompt to provide the proper background and the Los Angeles context. That's fantastic, that's a proper result. So now let's generate our 3D environments. So first, let's start with the panoramic view, then let's do the flat image, panorama option off. So let's see what comes back. Oh, look at that. You can explore the building, you can walk around it, check the approach, see how it sits in the context. VizMaker has interpreted the surrounding and filled in the environment around the structure. Right, for the second exterior, here you can really see how it handles the landscaping and context. The depth reads well and the scale is convincing, although it's definitely not as perfect as the panoramic view. Right, so now I want to talk about what it actually means for how you work with the clients. Because generating a 3D world is one thing, but watch what happens when I click share. VizMaker generates a direct link to the 3D environment. So I can just copy and paste it into the message, send it to a client, and they can open it in their browser. No software to install, no app to download. They can just walk through the space on the desktop, on their phone, same experience. There is also a VR mode. So if your client has a VR headset, even the cheap ones, the phone-based, they can experience the space in the actual 3D. As an architect, being able to give someone that sense of scale and proportion before anything gets built, that's genuinely useful. Right? It looks nice. I like it. And for client communication, that's probably the most practical feature of this video. And before we continue, if you want to repeat what I'm doing here and want to try VizMaker for yourself, you can get 50% off with my code Adrian50. Now here is where it gets really interesting, because you are not locked in a single result. You can edit the image, swap the furniture, change the materials and adjust the space, and then regenerate the 3D environment from the updated version. So I'm gonna replace the sofa in one of the interiors. Let's just Google the large sectional sofa on the white background. Let's just copy the image and go to the VizMaker, press Ctrl V to paste it. I'm using image editor, Nano Banana 2. Let's write the prompt to replace the sofa but keep the same orientation and size, and let's see the results. Okay, that's fantastic result. I'm absolutely happy with that. So now let's regenerate our 3D world. Perfect, so now I've got the 3D version of the revised interior. No re-rendering in 3ds Max, no going back to the model. Just edit the image and regenerate. Now let's do the exactly same thing but for the panorama this time. Let's Google the dining chairs. Let's go to the VizMaker. Again, I'm using image editor, Nano Banana 2. Let's replace them in the panorama, but in the prompt, let's specify that these chairs should be adjusted to the panoramic view. Okay, it turned out to be absolutely fine. I like it. Now the 3D world. Again, it worked perfectly fine. I like the results. For early stage design conversations with clients, this is a really fast way to explore options and show them the impact of changes in context. One more thing you can do inside the 3D worlds is to take the screenshots. There is the camera icon here, and when you click it, VizMaker pulls that view directly into your image editor. So you can find the best angle within the space and use it as a starting point for a high quality visual. So I've got this view from inside the 3D world. Now I will run it through Nano Banana 2 with a prompt, improve details, make it more realistic. We've got the results and let's check it in the comparison tool. Wow, the base screenshot was really low resolution, but this version has a proper texture detail, better lighting reads, and it holds up at a higher resolution. You are essentially getting a high quality render from a 3D environment screenshot. And now if you want to push it further, VizMaker has an upscaler with the creativity slider. So I will run this through Magnific Creative. We've got the results, let's compare them. Okay, at the first glance it's subtle, but look at the details in the materials here. The level of finish is now comparable to a dedicated render. So the workflow becomes, generate the 3D world, find your best angle, refine it, and you've got a presentation image out of it as well. So let's pull this together. Single image gives you a fast, shareable 3D world in about 5 minutes. Panorama gives you a full spatial accuracy with no guesswork. Sharing is genuinely useful for clients. A link they can open in a browser, on their phone, in VR if they have it. And you can edit the image after. Swap elements and regenerate the world without going back to the model. And the screenshot to render workflow means you are getting presentation-ready visuals out of this tool. Honestly, when I looked first at this feature, I thought that looks too good to be true. But the panorama workflow, this is something I would actually use on my projects. When it comes to the pricing, I've got a discount code for my audience. Use Adrian50 at the checkout to get 50% off your first month. The paid plans are really straightforward and purely depend on your usage. And if you want to see more about the 3D environments generation, I recommend watching a live done on the VizAcademy YouTube channel, where Mike explored this feature even more. Link is in the description. If this was useful, hit like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to watch my other video on Render AI, where I explored the full architectural workflow. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.